So everything I'm doing, if it means to me, shout tomorrow, if it means be raggedy, if it means look for a job, I'll be happy because I go to bed, my conscience is clear. To me, our oxen when it comes to the freedom of your people. To me, so everything I'm doing, if it...
What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's up, man? What's everybody up to? I'm trying to find. There you go.
Never miss a beat with TD Clear. No interest, just a simple monthly fee.
K-Dog, what's up, man? Shout out to K-Dog. Let me see if I got this right. Wait a minute. Okay. There you go. There go my Instagram right there, man. Follow me on my Instagram, man. Follow me on my Instagram. There go my Instagram right there. Just pin that joint up at the top. Pin. All right, I just, my Instagram is pinned at the top. Please subscribe and follow me on my Instagram channel. Share this video. Hit that like button. Jamil, what's up, man? Thank you for your channel membership, Jamil. Shout out to Jamil. Who else in here? I don't want to talk about you because I don't care nothing about you. I don't want to talk about them because I don't care nothing about them neither. I don't want to talk about them, her, him, all them, that group, that society, them people. I don't want to talk about none of them because I don't care nothing about none of them because they ain't my problem. My problem is me. That's why I want to talk about myself. I want to thank all 9 people for hitting that like button for me, man. Hit the like button. I want to thank you. And I want you to share this video. I want you to share this video. Matt Shaw, what's up? Australia in the building. Appreciate you. See, it takes a lot of bravery. Quan, what's up, man? Thank you for your channel membership, Quan. You see all the dudes that got the logo next to their name? Those are my channel members, man. So I shout them out when they come in the room. If you want to get the channel membership, send me a DM at the Instagram that I pinned at the top. Follow me on my Instagram. Send me a DM and say, Sean, send me the link to become a channel member. And I'll send you the link. Or you can go right underneath this video right now, and the membership link is right there. You could join it right there. See, I'm my problem and I'm my solution. I'm both. I'm both. I'm both. I'm both. And I must always, always keep my finger on that pulse. That is the reality. Because my religion is reality. I follow no other religion but reality. Everything comes from me. Happiness emanates from me. Sadness, elation, depression, drug addiction, alcoholism, social media addiction, porn addiction, freedom, slavery, worry, anxiety, peace of mind, comfort, security, self-esteem, self-acceptance, self-hate, self-love, self-rejection, love, hate, all of that emanates from me. Starts with self. When I get off track, and I either forget that it's about self, or I deliberately choose and justify that it's not about self, that it's about them, it's about them, it's about them, it's about the government, it's about the black man, it's about the Palestinian, it's about the white man, it's about the Latino, it's about the Asian, it's about the Israeli. When I get off into that and convince myself that it ain't about me and that I'm not the solution, but somebody external to me, the government, the United States government, is the solution, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. Big trouble. There's no coincidence that it was the way it was set up. I wasn't born with a group of people. I wasn't created with another person. I wasn't born simultaneously and contemporaneously with another human being. I came here by myself, solo. Even identical twins have different times of birth. Even if it's a minute different, it's still different. Even if it's a half a minute different, it's still different. Even if it's a second different, it's still different. Even if it's a nanosecond different, it's still different. And I came here by myself. And most of the time that I spend here in this human experience, I be by myself. I need y'all to hit that like button. I want to thank the 19 people for hitting the like button for me. Thank you. Appreciate you. And this is why self-mastery is so important, and self-control is imperative. Self-regulation is a material skill that you need. It's materially important. Self-control. And all of these things emanate from the self, which is the mind. This body that you see me in, this hat, this shirt, this isn't me. I am my mind. I am my mind. What you hear me say is my mind. If I want to find out something about somebody, all I got to do is just shut up, be quiet, and I can listen to their mind, because they're going to speak what verbal communication, what verbal dialogue comes out of their mouth is a reflection of their mind. Man is mind, and evermore he takes the tools of thought. How did that go? James Allen, I read that in the James Allen book. As a man thinketh, so is he. Man is mind, and evermore he takes the tools of thought, and his world he shapes. Something to that effect. I want to thank the 25 people for hitting the like button. I can rise no higher than my mind. I can be no better than my mind. The strength of my mind will reflect the strength of my life. My thoughts are me. And I got control over that. I got control over that. I got control over what I think. When I was a younger man and when I was a dumb man, I used to think I had no idea. I didn't understand nothing about the sciences of the mind and the tools of thought and the power of thought, and that thoughts had life. That even though thoughts were invisible, that they are living things, because my thoughts turn into my actions. So they're very much alive. And when I was a younger man, I had no idea how to harness my thoughts, how to control my thoughts. I was never taught that. I was never taught that. But I thank God that I have a sound understanding now of the power of thought. You know, who you are is who you're going to be. Who I am is who I'm going to be. How I think is how my life will turn out. And I can sit here and talk about external influences and external forces, governments and militaries and things that can people and institutions that may have authority over me and my ability to freely move about. But see, a man, you always got a choice, right? You can choose to be a man. I can always choose to be a man. And I could always choose death. If my pathway to manhood is impeded, right? And see, a lot of times I was, raised to believe that death hurts and death is bad and death is no good. But how does somebody alive that's never experienced death know that? How do they know that? So that being the prevailing thought, that death hurts, death is bad, the human being that's living will do anything, even compromise his values, his principles. He'll even become other than what he is. He'll choose slavery to cling to life, even if it's a lesser version of existence, even if it's beneath him. Because of fear of dying if he attempts to be who he thinks he can be, because of obstacles. Everything comes from the self. I am my life. My thoughts that I allow to take shape in my brain and in my head shape my life, shape my world, shape my view, shape my perspective, shape my perception, shape my vantage point, shape my vision. My thoughts do all of this. My thoughts do all of this. This is myself. Everything emanates from the self. The self is God. of its own universe, God of its own cipher, God of its own arena, God of its own choices, God of its own thoughts, God of its own movements, God of its own cipher, its immediate surroundings. I am the God of my world based upon my decision. I can open this window and go back there and take a running start and dive right out this window on my head. If I choose to do that, that'll be coming from a thought that I had in my mind. That I'm gonna run out and I'm gonna jump. So in that sense, I got a choice. I can run and dive out this window on my head and maybe break my neck and get paralyzed, maybe survive, maybe not incur any type of injury. Or I can choose to say, nah, I'm not going to do that for the potentiality of irreparable harm done to me physically and mentally. See, I got a choice. And this was a pretty crude example or analogy that I showed, but transfer that same scenario to a situation of starting a business or continuing to be an employee, getting a divorce or staying in that toxic marriage, settling down with one woman or continuing to play with 4 and 5, staying in that abusive relationship or saving myself and saving my sanity and my soul and my spirit and leaving that abusive, toxic relationship. We gods of our own world. I have the choice and the decision. And whatever choice and decision I make is coming from myself. And if it don't work out, if I make the wrong choice or I make a choice, let's not even say wrong, if I make a choice that's unpleasant to me, if I make a choice that don't taste good to me, I still gotta be man enough to put the responsibility on me and say, that's the choice I made. So I got to live with the result. Whether it's a benefit or a consequence, it came from me. And see, I can say, I can let me think of the right thing to say. I can go the punk route, right? But maybe it's not the punk route, right? I can go the weaker route, but it has a lot of reality to it. I want to thank the 34 people for hitting the like button for me. And I can say, yeah, Sean, but look at how you were raised in a household with a lot of domestic violence, a lot of physical violence growing up as a little boy. I used to see this man, my father, beat up my mother. Yes, he did. Like she was a dude. Blood on the floor. My mother had black eyes. She used to have to wear shades to take me to school. And I could say, Sean, look at the discrimination you faced growing up. And I can lean on that, right? I can lean on that. I can smoke that, and I can get high off of that the rest of my life and use that as justification for my underperformance and justification for my mediocrity and justification for my poor decision making and justification for my lack of enthusiasm and justification for my lack of motivation and justification for my lack of determination and justification for my lack of concentration. And I can use all of that. My black skin color, my foundational Black American skin color, the history and the ancestry of my people. I can smoke that, I can rub that on my chest, and I can lean on that and justify my mediocrity and my underperformance in life as that's the reason why. And I did that. I did that. But see, I was comfortable with that train of thought, right? And I was comfortable in that justification, right? Because I hung around other motherfuckers who was weak like me that commiserated with me and enjoyed my company because I was miserable, they was miserable, they was underperforming, I was underperforming, and we commiserated together, and we proceeded to blame other people, places, and things for our underperformance. True story. And I persisted in that train of thought for a long time until one day I was an older man. I wasn't a young man no more. And I got real with myself. And I said, Sean, because you can, I can hide from everybody else. I can hide. I can wear masks. I can pretend. You know what I'm saying? I can act like I can be a wannabe. I can be fake. I can be phony. But you can't hide from yourself. And one day when the pain outweighed the pleasure, I said, Sean, man, all this shit is your fault, man. You doing this, man. You doing this, man. You need to stop, man. Look at you, man. You doing this. And then I was no longer able, even though I may have faced a lot of adversity coming up, even though I may have had a challenging upbringing, but at some point, it becomes my responsibility, right, to accept that, deal with that, and make an agreement with myself that I'm not going to let that bother me no more. I'm not going to let that's not going to, it happened, and look at the damage it caused me, but I'm too old to be allowing something that happened in 1975, something in 1974, something in 1976, 77, 82, make me today in 2008 or 2011, 2012, 2013, affect my decision making today in a negative way. That's my fault. And I'm older and wiser. I got more experience. Ain't nobody had no perfect life. That don't exist. Ain't nobody had no perfect upbringing. I don't care how fly they look on the outside. And usually the ones that look the flyest, that got the most things, that got the most bells and whistles, got the most pain and the most trauma. Especially if they haven't dealt with their issues. So you try to cover all that up and front it off to the world that, hey, look at me, I'm cool, I got this, I got that, like I did. But really, I was dying on the inside. I was just a dressed up garbage can. Fly clothes, fly car, fly house, fly life. But my spirit and my inner world was dingy, full of mold and mildew. Bacteria, dust, dirt, filth. See? Then I had to blame myself. Then I had to blame myself for my life. See? And you know, sometimes I get mad with myself and I say, Sean, why did you wait so late? Why did you wait so late to wake up? Why did you wait so late to change? Why did you wait so late? Can y'all see me good? Is it clear? Why did you wait so late to come into this kind of knowledge? Why did you wait so late to achieve this level of mental mastery? Why did you wait so late to be able to understand these different sciences of the mind? Mitchell's Goody Park, thank you for your channel membership. C. Mitchell, I see you. Thank you for your channel membership. Why did you wait so late to understand what mental alchemy is, which is to take something common and turn it into something special? Take something common and turn it into something special through the sciences of the mind. And then I have to tell myself, I say, Sean, don't be mad with yourself. You know, I needed to get my head bust all to the white meat in the 80s, 90s, and 2000. I needed everything. Everything that went down, I'm a sum total of all of my experiences. Everything that went down was necessary for me in order to arrive at where I'm at today. Right? And the fact is, the reality is that I'm okay with who I am right now in the moment. I'm totally satisfied with who I am right now in the moment. And I've come to terms with who I am. I have no shame. I'm totally transparent. I live out loud. I have no skeletons in my closet. I have nothing to hide, no shame, no embarrassment. I've come to terms with and accepted all of my most humiliating experiences, all of my most embarrassing experience, some of my greatest crashes and burns, my huge defeats and letdowns that once prompted me to walk around in shame and humiliation. I wear them like a badge of honor today because I accept me wholeheartedly, 100%. Right? And I have a love affair with me, 1,000%. And a friendship with me that's unbelievable. In the rough times, MZ, thank you for your channel membership, man. Good night to you too, Zane. Muhammad Ali, one of my heroes. There you go, right there. Muhammad Ali. He said that he learned more from his greatest defeats than he ever did from his greatest victories. My bunkie told me when I was in the joint, said, man, Sean, if it don't hurt, you ain't learned nothing. If it don't hurt, you ain't learned nothing. That's right. Don't be ashamed of your failures. I used to be ashamed of who I was, ashamed of my life, ashamed of how I was raised, ashamed of my mother, ashamed of my culture, of my race of people. I lived a life of shame. Ashamed to be foundational Black American. Ashamed of my people's history. I lived a life of shame. Because I didn't know how to think power. All I knew was how to think shame. Nobody never taught me how to think power. And living a life of thoughts of shame, I had victories and successes here and there, but overall, in terms of feeling on the inside, I never felt whole, never felt fully complete. But when I taught myself how to think power and how to talk power to me and tell me that I'm beautiful and tell me that I look good and that I'm the man, that I'm that nigga, that I'm all that. That I can do anything that another man had done or could have done, I was going to do. When I began to think power and speak power to myself, And see, this is all with the self. And see, this only came after I dealt with self. When I dealt with those painful experiences, those humiliating experiences, those embarrassing moments, those shameful moments, those moments that I had clothed in shame and embarrassment and humiliation, that I had ran from my whole life trying to escape through weed, liquor, cocaine. Huh? Can you handle it? Only to find out, man, that none of that stuff could help me. That the only help that could help me was from me, and the help that I needed, only I could give it to me, and it was in the form of self-love. That's it. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. I want to thank the 45 people for hitting that like button for me. I pinned my Instagram link at the top of the live chat. I need y'all to go follow me on my Instagram, man, and get me over 8,000 Instagram followers. I got like 7,992, 93. I need about 15 more followers on my Instagram to get 8,000, man. So y'all go create an Instagram account and follow me on my Instagram if you don't already. And if you already follow me, thank you in advance. Thank you. Appreciate you. But see, I talk power to me when I be in the car by myself. I talk power to me. I brag on me, to me, and to the world. Y'all see it when you come on this channel. You hear me constantly speaking power. Because this is my life, and what I speak to myself is what I will be. And what I don't speak to me is what I won't become. Y'all know you can't dig that. If you want to get one of these shirts, I got like 3 of these shirts left on my website. After I sell these, I'm not making no more. These are going to be collector's items. This is another one of the drop fits. I want to give a shout out to my man Zoe Motion over in Germany. Bought 2 of my books, bought volume 2 and volume 3, and a t-shirt. I'm gonna send you an extra t-shirt, Zoe Motion. Appreciate you, man. Cologne, Germany. So I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm right on time. I ain't behind schedule. I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and anything is possible. You know, as long as I keep myself in good physical health, eating good foods, getting good sleep, exercising daily. And I gotta believe that I can do it. I gotta believe I can do it. And it's more than just saying it, right? Because it's one thing to say you can do something, but not feel it, right? Because it don't feel complete or whole or total. And it's a whole nother thing to say you can do something and then think and know you can coupled with the verbal confirmation and the verbal affirmation, there's power in that. There's power in that. I want to thank the 48 people for hitting the like button for me. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all my channel members. Appreciate y'all too. So that's pretty much all I got to say. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna go take me a shower. I stopped and got me some soul food on the way home. I got me some fried fish, some whiting, some collard greens, and some rice and gravy. But that girl ain't give me no cornbread though. She ain't give me my cornbread though. I supposed to have got a piece of cornbread with my motherfucking meal, man. She ain't give me my cornbread. I knew I was missing something, man. I'm gonna go back down there. Next time I go down, I'm gonna tell them, y'all ain't give me my cornbread, man. I need an extra piece of cornbread, man. Y'all jerked me for my cornbread. Let me tell y'all a little story real quick. This is real, and I'm gonna get off of here because I ain't got time to be on here messing with y'all. I was flying home today from Florida in a plane. And we flew all the way from Florida, got all the way here to Newark, at Newark Airport. And we coming in landing, and we land. The wheels touch, and we start rolling, and the pilot starts to put the brakes on, and then all of a sudden, he took the brakes off, and you can hear the engine rev. And he pulled it back and hit the gas, and the plane took back off in Newark. And when we took off, we landed and rolled, then that motherfucker took back off, and the plane leaned like that. And I looked, the lady in front of me, she threw up. Everybody in their seat, everybody all looking out the window, and I'm in there like, yo, oh man, damn, I ain't gonna never get to see Lil Sean no more. And the plane is doing this, man. Woo, woo, wobbling, and he's steady going up, and it's woo, 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 bouncing, and I'm like, oh shit. We finna crash in this motherfucker, man. And then we finally got back up. Now I'm woozy. I'm feeling like I got to throw up. Then we start banking around. Woo. He dipped the plane, so we got to go around, and we ended up flying around another 10 or 15 minutes, and then we eventually landed. And I said, man, all I want is something to eat, man. And I'm going to go home, and I'm going to pick my cat up. I'm going to hug my cat. And I called Sean on the telephone and talked to him for a little while. And it just showed me, man, just how fragile life can be. You know? That happened to me today. That's a true story. That happened to me today, about 5 hours ago. Sure did. Excuse me. Sure did. Yes, it did. Go on my website, get this shirt, get this hat, my books over there, my hoodie with soul is over there. Go buy something, support the platform. I want to thank you for coming through. Appreciate y'all. Peace.